I'm Leslie Ann Scorgie, personal finance expert. We are talking about gender diversity and how you can put your money towards investments that are representative of your belief in gender diversity. I have Whitney Burrell and Raj Lala with me today, and we're going to talk about, Whitney, first, your career. You have become a director in a large Canadian corporation about 7 years prior to most men and women in your workplace. This is huge success. Congratulations. Why do you believe in gender diversity?
Gender diversity is such a huge part of what we do, bringing your whole self to work, bringing the innovation and the experiences that you just don't get when you have one gender more than another. You need to find that balance.
And Raj, you are the CEO of Evolve Funds. You recently launched HERS, which is an exchange-traded fund that invests exclusively in companies that also believe in gender diversity. Why would you do something like this?
I think from a personal perspective, I have 2 young daughters, and I would like to support the types of organizations that are going to create more of a level playing field, so that when my daughters eventually enter the workforce, they'll be treated at the same level that any male would be in terms of their ability to get equal pay and their ability to get promotions.
That's fantastic, and I'm sure you're putting your money through HERS into their RESPs to top them up.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious, do funds like HERS actually make money?
Yeah, that's a great question. We've been asked that a few times in the last few weeks since we launched. There's a ton of evidence that shows that organizations that are the most proactive with gender diversity tend to actually outperform others. I think this has a lot to do with their ability to make stronger decisions, their ability to have a happier workforce, but at the lowest common denominator, usually organizations that have greater gender diversity tend to be more forward-thinking.
I'm very curious, Raj. We hear the term ESG investing. What is this, and how is it similar or different to HERS?
Yeah, ESG is a way of investing. It stands for environmental, social, and governance. And you have organizations that are proactive with the environment, and they would fulfill the E in the ESG. Organizations that are proactive with gender diversity fall into the governance side. And that's become a very important rule that a lot of people follow right now, not just institutions, but also individual investors in terms of making their investment decisions. That's
great. We have a long ways to go when it comes to gender parity in the workplace. In fact, statistics show we are likely not to get there within the next 100 years. And I find that saddening. Whitney, you've done well with your career. What is your number one tip for, let's say, a young woman who wants to achieve leadership levels at her work?
I think one of the biggest things that I coach young women about currently is that there's this desire to find a strong female leader that will become their mentor. And so my advice back to them is, why does it have to be a female? Why can't you find a great male mentor within the organization or outside that will help them to also achieve success?
That's a great tip. And Raj, you probably have some tips on how we can advance the gender diversity agenda. What would be your number one?
Well, the companies in our portfolio for this ETF are the large cap North American companies that have been the most proactive with gender diversity. So effectively, we've created a vehicle for investors to participate in the future of gender equality and gender diversity.
We've collected a variety of tips to help you get started putting your money to work in gender diverse ETFs. For more information, check out lesliescorgie.com.